four-man mosh pit followed by a tomb. Oh no!
Oh, a huge light bomb coming in on the Genji, and that's a 5-man light bomb. They're gonna follow up, and they're gonna get 1, 2, 3 kills.
And it's gonna be everybody dying. Oh my God! When does this happen? Everybody's dead.
I forget how loud that intro is for me, and I just should really take my headphones off. But anyway, we have here an NGS cast, and I did a little messing around my audio recently, so hopefully it doesn't crack quite as much. We'll find out soon enough. Hopefully a new microphone will fix it at some point, but I've got a goal to get there first, and I'm only 2/5 of the way there, which we'll find out what that was soon enough. But anyway, this time, Raka, I'm surprised you're up. Welcome. This time we have a Division D East game. We have Infernal Affairs versus ReGen Rebel. That's true, you don't sleep. I'm well aware of this. And neither do I. Hence why I'm up at God knows what hour to cast this Division D East game. So, Infernal Affairs banned out Battlefield Eternity and Garden of Terror, while ReGen Rebel banned out Cursed Hollow and, oh gosh, Dragonshire. And that leads us to Tomb of the Spider Queen to start, which I personally don't like this map. I play a lot of offlane, and God, people get on you fast if you overextend just a little bit. But right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it on over into the game, and we are going to get things rolling as to speak. So, and before I actually push the play button, I always just like pointing him out. There's a good old beetle here. He dies immediately. Like, you could already see this tower is targeting him, but yeah, that beetle's not long for this world. And he's dead. As well, right, let's get into it. On the side of Infernal Affairs, we have Stro on the Blaze, Hexblades is on the Vala, Jabba Saluta is on the Orphea, Ragu on the Brightwing, and the Lich Queen is on the Leoric. I had to really mess over it. No. And we have this. Goddamn Canada. No, I'm joking. We have Taco on the May, Meow Meow Cats on Diva, Syl on the. I can't remember what it's called because the skin's throwing me off so much. Jimmy, Rainer, Prostman Pat is on the Tassadar, and Harrison is on the. Wow, I haven't actually seen Tyrande used at this point. But, yes. Interesting that I thought Lich Queen had her on, I thought ICC, but I guess there are fewer teams this season, so maybe that's why she's here. Anyway, we are having that start off kind of scuffle in mid for the most part. I'm going to close that, so I just kind of hide myself time, so I don't know how long it's going to go. As I said, beginning of every series, I don't actually know where the score is going to be or how long it's going to be. So we'll have to see how this goes. Actually, Taco is barely holding on. Harrison doing their best to give us autos in and heal Taco up in between them. And that means Taco will be able to live. Things to note from the level 1s in terms of stacking talents, actually Meow Meow Cats nearly went down, is we do actually see Vala has gone fire at Will, because Will apparently doesn't get enough flack as is. People need to fire at him as well. As well as we have, I couldn't remember what it's called. Tesla went static charge. Okay, that's fair enough. That makes sense. Yep, okay. Busyness, fair enough. I'm currently too busy to play, despite me captaining a team. Anyway, we do see Taco is taking a lot of damage, gets polymorphed. However, that will be Stro barely holding on. No, Stro will go down first. Brightwing not able to get the phase shift off. And actually, Diva Met goes down in bottom lane. Taco is actually getting relatively low. Jabba Saluta is doing their best to get him down. But that will be the Brightwing finding the kill in the end. Still barely holding on as well. We do see Lich Queen is in a little bit of danger. As Diva in this form does actually do a lot of damage. I imagine that Diva in this form will out-deal Leoric. However, she will not out-clear, but in this form she can out-clear but not quite out-deal. It is very much a pick your poison, what do you want? And we do actually see Syl is coming down to do that bottom siege camp, see if they can sneak it. Fours are through first for the side of Infernal Affairs, but Four's not too far behind for ReGen Rebel. And yep, everything is looking like a pretty standard array so far. Interesting, we see stacking at level 4. We don't see Behemoth armor all that often. We do see Meow Meow Cats does hand in, very a bit scared. Lich Queen sniffing something's up, manages to go down onto this bottom 4 camp, but that will not be a favorable fight for them. Brightwing is coming down. Actually, we have the side of... Oh my gosh, ReGen going down first, but however, we have Syl going down, we have Leoric going down, and Meow Meow Cats is actually Mecha soon to follow well with the side of Infernal Fierce picks up camp. Meow Meow Cats actually getting relatively low. Charge hits and that will be them going down. Taco and Harrison trying to pick up what gems they can. Stro gets hit, Harrison getting relatively low, but that will be all she wrote for that fight. That is a very good fight if you're Infernal Fierce. Fortunately for ReGen Rebel, it is still early. It's not the most experience you get or you lose from those kills, but the real thing that hurts is losing that camp that you had still working on for so long. But yeah, we will now see that's already one tower going down and we'll be soon to follow. In terms of Handon, however, thing to note that ReGen Rebel is closer in terms of Handon. They are... it's pretty even actually. It'll be pretty even who gets there, but we do see that we have Starter Cat, Meow Meow Cats. I know at least from the seasons that I played her back a couple of seasons ago, they love to soak, they love to camp, they just did them whenever possible. But we do see a very aggressive kind of play from Infernal. They are wanting to push into those gates, they're trying to get the best they can, and you can see they now have a half a level advantage as they do have 7s through now, and they actually have hand in first. As they've kind of been trickling their hand in, they've got a little less loot, and now ReGen Rebel... Did I call Infernal Fierce ReGen? Infernal Fierce had hand in first, ReGen's only just got it. Taco's looking to interrupt, manages to interrupt all 4 of the members handing in, and we do see a stun coming out on Stro. Meanwhile, we do see Jabba Saluta is clearing that camp, while Diva and Meow Meow Cats and the Lich Queen are just fighting it out in bottom. Harrison and Taco get to hand in. Postman Pat, however, has for full 20. And I think they may be able to get it, because yep. As I say, Infernal Fierce not quite that onto it. However, it is quite an early objective. It may not do the most, especially if Taco goes down here. That'd be disastrous, but no, Taco gets live. Meow Meow Cats does use that defense matrix to reduce all that damage coming in, and it may actually have meant... I think Taco may have gone out, but that extra cushioning that Diva provided is definitely fortuitous to keep Taco up, to keep that May up. And we do see now that clears will start, and actually this is already... This is slowly moving down. We do see it, we got a nice split, damage is up top. We do have Tank Blaze, which is pretty good at clearing mid, and the Lyric bottom. Phase shift coming out. Ragu, however, does get stunned a bit early. Now Stro comes in behind. Gets an excellent 4-man stun. Hexblades rolls in. Silver's actually going to get low first, but they're now in an awkward position away from healer, away from tank. We do see them trying. They actually will take out 2 heroes there, as that is a quick double kill for side Infernal Fierce. Ragu picking up what gems they can, but the side of ReGen Rebel at least is denied for the rest of those gems. We do see Java Saluta is clearing the last one. Diva remix, Lich Queen getting what health they can off her. And that will be... It's actually a pretty good first web we have faced. You got, what? Most of this gate here. Could be better. But, stepping stones, you got to start somewhere. You got to get going. Prosper Pat is looking to interrupt. Actually, does it a bit too defensively. If they went deeper with Ragu, Ragu may have gone hit. However, things to note here, we do actually have Infernal Fierce picking up their heroics first. We see Combustion from Blaze into... The Blaze, like, Combustion being here, is like, oh yeah, let's go, let's see how this one goes. Lich Queen is fighting currently. She does have Entomb to keep people off of need be. I imagine Entomb comes out now, yep. We do actually see Brightwing does have that blink heal if need be. Meow Meow Cats does get out, does get onto objective. Stun comes out hitting 2 members. The side of ReGen Rebel only just picked... No, they haven't even picked up heroics yet. That's actually not a good time fight. Tucking rails low. Meow Meow Cats also lost mech, lost baby form Diva, lost that pilot as quick double kills. Because also things to mention, because I haven't quite mentioned in time, we do have that Crushing Jaws as well as the Rain of Vengeance. So a lot of stuns coming out with those heroics. There is a lot of zone control that they can just kind of take advantage of. Jabba Saluta does still have 23 after this objective is now going over to Blue Web Weavers, so they will still have a lot of potency coming into the next objective phase after this, but let's see what they can use with this, because we already see a lot of this bottom is going down. So now I'm going to go back into I'm going to kind of look at what ReGen Rebel can do to kind of get back at it, because we do see that is getting ripped immediately. Stro actually manages to dodge a few things, but doesn't quite dodge everything. Brightwing now in awkward position. Ragu getting hit by quite a few of those bunny hop leaps. Starfall was used on top, Icefall was used earlier. Meow Cats is actually the first one to go down in terms of losing their mech. Ragu, however, is now in awkward position. Java saluted, not quite in position to get the chomp off, and there'll be Brightwing going down. Maybe the kill that ReGen Rebel needs to kind of bend the experience back in their favor. However, May goes down just after that. Perfectly timed stun by Stro, by the way, getting that on them right as that ice block had dissipated. But yep, other things to note, because I haven't mentioned yet, we do have... Actually, Meow Cats now gets entombed. They do use mech. They actually got a lot of damage up. They're probably going to use bomb, I imagine. Yep, there it is. Stro in awkward position. We do hear that endurance stim pack being used now in awkward position. Brightwing only just come up now to phase shift. Nice. Literally the only thing I haven't mentioned yet is Hyperion from the Raynor. Oh, I think I've missed Black Hole from the Tassadar, but we also are having a bit of... But yep, as I said, with the amount of gems that the side of Infernal Affairs had, they can back-to-back Handon. And because of how pushed up waves typically are after you back-to-back Handon, that's a lot of pressure coming into ReGen. They're also down 13, so I'll be very interested to see how that they are able to cope with this. They may need to just sack top. Top goes down if Infernal Affairs so much decide to sneeze on it, because I imagine we're just going to see Lich Queen. No, not quite walking up. Oh, yeah, there it is. Look, bop, it's dead. Yeah, but top, but mid, top, bot is probably all you want. And yet we do see mid getting cleared first. We see that going to probably... I imagine they will at least try ward off Infernal Affairs, because Infernal Affairs will have that kind of advantage coming into this. They have those 13s and they have a web with them. They don't want to lose too much. Yet we do see they are coming up now. Hyperion dropped a bit early, but as you can see, it did scare off the side of Infernal Affairs, who do have that current advantage. Which, honestly, you need to buy time if you're ReGen at this point. You need to kind of get your way back in it. You are doing it slowly, but you can do it, despite that passive pressure being quite aggressive. And they have actually scouted that Infernal Affairs are setting up for boss. ReGen Rebel do now know that. And on even talent tiers, they may be able to muscle their way back in this. Things to note, we do have Valor at 30 stacks on Fire at Will. We do have 75 stacks on Static Charge, and 8 stacks on the Behemoth Armor. We do see Stro uses that Combustion, actually gets a lot of damage out. Icefall doesn't quite find anything. Taco, Meow Cat's getting relatively low. That's the first kill. It's actually Tesla going down first, and we see Divamek going down. Taco has to slide out to try see what they can do. Harrison barely dodges the W. Meow Cat's remix as... They got that back fast, yeah. As I guess their heroic in pilot form actually hit a lot of the members of Infernal Affairs, which meant they managed to get mech back pretty quickly. However, they are down Tassadar now, which is a kind of key player to dislodge people from objective with that black hole. So it'll be interesting to see if they are able to muscle back on that, especially now they're down one. They are at least still thinking about it. Harrison goes first. It feels a... Oh, that was a saucy triple stun, mate. Nice. We do see now that Diva and Taco have gone in. We do see Dread coming out hitting Meow Cats. Actually, Taco is taking so much damage. Does use Ice Block. However, that is a mech, a Taco, and Meow Cats all stuck in a tomb, and tomb being dropped. And that will actually be Blaze going down. Infernal Affairs were able to... Sorry, ReGen Rebel were able to hold on just long enough to take out the main tank of Infernal Affairs. But however, neither team's doing boss. Meow Cat's getting what stuns off again. We do see War coming out, not quite finding its target. Jabba Saluta in danger, getting those Qs off, getting that self-healing going. We do see now ReGen looking to hand in. They're not quite wanting to lose anything else, but Hexblade's not wanting to do so. Taco is actually, in fact, the only one who was able to hand in. Crushing Jaws is used. Nobody home. We do see now it's 16's picked up for Infernal Affairs. As we are coming... They're looking at boss once again. They're like, cool, we have talent advantage. Feed up boss, let's go! I love their tenacity to do this boss. They are wanting it, and I am here for it. I love a good boss play. I love throwing on a boss split. A boss pit. However, with the talent advantage, it's not going to be so much a throw as it will be quite hard for ReGen Rebel to step into this, especially they've basically already killed it by the time ReGen Rebel is even halfway there. And we can see ReGen goes, actually, let's just hand in, let's get Web Weavers counter pushing that boss so we at least have something happening during this, because Infernal Affairs, they're just looking to push. They want that building. And ReGen need to kind of get that counter in. They need to kind of get something in their favor. As you can see, this top keep's going to go down. It's more likely. Ice Wall finds Just Blaze. We do see stun coming out. However, they are warded off thanks to that boss stun. Bunny Hop coming out. We do see Stroh's in a bit of danger as I move my camera back up here. This boss is doing its best, just hitting the keep. That keep will go down. And these other two Web Weavers will do their best as well to kind of get moving up. However, Infernal Fears are rotating onto it now. We do see boss clears actually a decent way from that top, and that will be it going down before it can get anything extra on the core. We do see the bird flying through, hitting Hexblades, giving a good smooch on the cheeks, just saying, nice. And we do see now ReGen Rebel is actually looking to kind of get a bit more aggressive. They're getting near 16s. They need kind of that one last level, well, that one next level to get them back in contention with Infernal Affairs. Because Infernal Affairs very much are staying as a 5 now. They're not wanting to split off too much, which, smart. Also, Sasichi, thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. But as I said, I'll actually recap because you don't know. NGS, I'm casting tonight a good old 5-man match, 3-man match between two heroes, and I hope you have a good night. But we do now have Infernal Fears very much in control of this match. ReGen Rebel trying to see what they can. They now want to do a camp, seeing if they can get the experience from there. And now we do have Jabba Saluta heading onto the objective. Oh, they have scouted a taco in a bush, which, yeah, a May in a bush with that just blizzard ready to go is not quite something you are wanting to see. And we do see that objective. Wow, I keep saying objective at bottom camp. Camp goes over the side of Infernal Fears once again. That's a second, third time they've managed to muscle onto it now. Meow Meow Cats does use boosters. It would have been a bit disastrous if Lich Queen actually had Entomb there. Speaking of Entomb, there it is. As we do see Dobson coming out, Meow Meow Cats is doing this. And actually it's a bit of anti-synergy there as Ice Wall means that a lot of the team of Infernal Fears won't take that bomb damage. Diva's now stuck in between a rock and a hard play. It's going down quite quickly. We've heard a lot of effects coming out of that combustion. However, that is Orphea finding most of the kills. We see her killing 4, well, 3 if you count the 0.5s of the Diva and Mech as 2 separate heroes, as well as Blaze managed to pick up 1. So this may actually be it. Guys, you could just hit the core. Oh, Stro barely falling short of that stun. However, Proton Pat's taking too much as Orphea will just absolutely shred through it. And that will be the team of Infernal Fears now pushing onto the core. That is only 1 member up for ReGen Rebel. And it doesn't look like Harrison's quite wanting to step in. So that will be the first map of the series going over to Infernal Affairs as Harrison gets one last Entomb for the road. GG called by both sides. Right, let's have a quick look at the stats and see what had happened. Not ideal if you're ReGen for kind of a first map. It is, it's not quite where you want to be. That's, I think a little bit maybe. Toronto actually did quite a bit. Toronto did a lot of damage, but that healing output may have just been a bit too low with what that Vala and Orphea that was being run. That, yeah, it's like a lot of damage being pumped in, and it didn't seem like ReGen quite had the tools to deal with it, but definitely I think that they still had some, especially that early game. That early game, they had moments of where they looked like, yeah, they can do this mid game. Every time that the talents became even, it looked like ReGen did have a bit of a chance. As you can see on the boss play that Infernal Fears was trying to force, ReGen actually managed to pick up Blaze and got a little bit of momentum off of that. However, that it was just a bit too much in the end for ReGen were able to kind of deal with. But hey, there's always next map, so I'll be interested to see where that goes. In terms of stacks, Vala got up there. This is 50 stack Vala that's actually doing a decent amount of damage. That is what, at 50, 40, 90 extra damage on the W, which over time is stacking up a lot. We see the classic dread build by Orphea. Anything to note here that stands out to me? I don't see Endurance for Stimpack often. Same for Meltdown. But hey, it worked out for Stro, so who am I to judge? I'm just a simple off-lane Blaze. I do not understand the machinations of the main tank Blazers. It's a bit all too much for me. That it's all relatively straightforward. Our build, Tyrande, Behemoth Armor Reno may be the only thing, but I do like the general build that Sil was running. That Q build is so fun to play. But right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly throw it over to break. Actually, no, I'm not even going to bother throwing it to break. I'm just going to keep talking as I put it over to map view and just kind of click my buttons. Because for once, I'm not actually that thirsty. Surprisingly enough, I got a pretty... My mouth is like not too bad currently. It's definitely getting there, but if it goes to map 3, I'll definitely take a break partway through. But let's see what's coming up next, as you can inevitably hear me clicking in the background, which you can never hear it every now and again. Then it just takes its time to load, and we have Braxis Holdout. This is not a popular one to play. You do not see this often, but hey, I am happy we get to see it at least today, because, well, it's not very often you get to see it, and I don't think I've had the chance to cast it yet too much. I know for a fact, even without Raka saying it, it's definitely Raka's favorite map, but offlane players' bias. We'll have a very interesting one, as we can hear it rolling up. And that will be us about to begin. So let's change it over and see what is happening. Let's actually start with ReGen Rebel. As we see, Meow Meow Cats is on the Sonya. We see Taco on the Joanna. Postman Pat is on the Junkrat. Sil is on the Mephisto. Wow, I've not seen Mephisto used too much. And Harrison is on that Alexstrasza. And on the left-hand side, we see the Lich Queen is on the Imperius. People who know me know what I was about to call him. Stro is on the Garrosh. Hexblades on the minigun-readied Tychus. Jabba Saluta is back on that Orphea, which I'm surprised wasn't banned out again. And Ragu is on the... Oh, Puppy. I just call him Puppy, and now I can't remember. What's the puppy's name? Rhaegar. And we do see Stro stepping up. However, Taco is very deep into the backline, as we do see now they're trying to paper him down. However, Stro's all taking half their health. We do see Healing Circle come out from the... Alexstrasza, just keeping everyone up, topping them back up, and they're able to hold just that bit longer. Meanwhile, let's see how it's going in the top lane, because I know this is an off-lane map. I think this is very much going to be a back and forth. I feel like Meow Meow Cats will have the advantage to 4, they'll go back and forth, and I've missed a kill because I'm talking about the off-lane. This is what I get about talking about off-lane. No one likes watching that. Stick back to the central bit. Right. I hear aggressive pings as we're wanting to start the camp. But yeah, I think the Imperius Sonya matchup is very skill-based. If Imperius hits the spear, Imperius is winning it. If he doesn't, Sonya's winning it. But there's definitely talent tiers where one gains the advantage over the other. We see Garrosh is trying to step onto the actually bruiser camp of ReGen Rebel. However, Infernal Fierce is getting shut out by Joanna. Joanna doing their best to hold their ground and make sure that Infernal Fierce can't step back in. Right, let me talk about the offlane for 5 seconds, guys. So, no, we never mind. Joanna's gets thrown in. We can see her getting minigunned down by Tychus, and there'll be just too much damage for Joanna to handle, and she will go down. Right, can I talk about offlaners now? As Garrosh is rotating up. Anyway, before... Skill-based matchup. Level 4, Meow Meow Cats gets the advantage. Level 7, Imperius brings it back in. Level 10 it could be even. However, Meow Meow Cats will go down as Imperius is hitting their spears. Actually, Garrosh throw almost makes it so that Imperius does not find that kill. But fortunately for Infernal Affairs, that will be Meow Meow Cats going down, and that will be now the kill advantage pretty firmly in the favor of Infernal Affairs. And actually, that may look to be objective unless Orpheus steps on. Nope. Orphea is not able to step on as Sil, well, not Sil, Person Pat does push him off. We do see now that Healing Circle coming out. Let's see what we've got in terms of stacks. I just haven't really talked about it. I do like... Oh, Lich Queen's coming down. We've actually got a little swap. The main tank Imperius? Ooh. I actually don't hate a main tank Imperius here. But we do have Taco taking a lot of damage. Still wasn't actually able to find a circle in time. And despite Alexstrasza Dragon Queen form being out, she is unable to save Mephisto. And I don't know if she'll be able to save either Taco or Prostman. She is able to at least save those people as well as herself. And we do see now that is the first objective, 100 to 0, in fact, of Infernal Fist, but because of how the map mechanic works, 18% will automatically be tacked on to ReGen Rebel, just so they don't have nothing happening during this. Right, and let's see how this top goes. We see Sills in an awkward position, Taco also. We do see Junkrat Mine doing best to keep him off. Taco stepping back through gate. Stro not able to quite find throw. I just want to quickly talk about stacking talents while we're here. No, I'll wait till after Jig can do that. As we do have Taco and Co taking relative damage. Oh. Is Orphea... Gosh, if she waits before... If Orphea waits to use Dread just before that circles off, that's a lot. Stro, however, in a bit too much danger. Stro go down. Did Stro have... he may not have had Indomitable off cooldown. We can have a look. I think it was, but he just didn't quite have it up in time. He may not have had it up in time. That's unfortunate. Anyway, now I get to talk about stacking talents. So I love stacking talents. Everyone's favorite. We do have Lightning Reaction. No. Unyielding Power from Mephisto. Lightning Reaction is for 16. And we do have Invereven from Tychus. And we do have 7 advantage actually over the side of Infernal Affairs. And this is where things start to get hairy. As level 7s, there's actually some pretty good power spikes for at least 3 of the heroes of Infernal Affairs. And yes, ReGen do also have some pretty good spikes at 7, but that small advantage, hopefully, for ReGen doesn't cause a landslide, so to speak. I love when it says he's 0 armor. How do you have 0? It's like, yeah, 0 armor. What you can do about it? You're like, nothing. It's 0. You're just kind of showing me it's there, mate. There's not much we can do with it. That information kind of useless. But we have Stro. I think got stopped by Junkrat. Stro at least couldn't get quite as far as they liked. And we do now see 7s coming through for the side of ReGen Rebel. Important thing to note here, Alexstrasza is at Q build. She needs to keep her life up as much as possible. Speaking about keeping life up as much as possible, we see Taco is in a lot of danger. We do see that body check coming out. However, they're doing their best just to hold on. We do see Jabba Saluta does get pulled back in. Taco trying their best to control that positioning. Oh, the confetti is... Okay, the confetti is unstoppable. That makes sense. I just looked at the skin and that absolutely makes sense. Paper Machete is terrifying. Anyway, Taco takes a lot of damage. We saw Iron Skin pop there, but it just disappeared in just a few moments. Not quite what you want to see if you're the Joanna, just knowing that they can burst through that shielding just that quickly. As I'm going to zoom out here so we can get both. This is happening. What's happening offlane? Just Lich Queen. Okay. Oh, because Sonya came down to help. Right, let's go back over here. As we have beacons are coming back up, Sonya and Lich Queen will start to fight again. Sonya needs to dodge spear, which she does this time. However, keep in mind a lot of her damage will come out from her slam, so she just kind of does need to keep doing that. We'll keep you posted on the offlane update back in a few moments. And we do see, gosh, sometimes this game has a lot of stuff on floor. We saw Trap, we saw Totem, we saw this Mine, we saw this, that, the other. There's a green circle being thrown down. Gosh. Eventually we may even have a Draken Laser Drill thrown down on the ground, but I don't imagine so. And this, yeah, as I said, with that 4, it does very much become Lich Queen needs to hit her spear to ability out Meow Meow Cats. As you can see that Lich Queen's now having back, Meow Meow Cat's perfectly healthy. We do see Sil is getting what damage they can. We're a bit too close. Stro stepping up. He does actually step around the mine. Frozen Pat, look, saving it just to get out. Stro now in an awkward position. Does mount. He's going to need a pop unstop. Yep, there is the unstop. No one can stop him. He just walks on out of here, safe and sound. 10 advantage is now through, but for the side of Infernal Affairs, we see Commandeer Odin picked up by Vitychus. Stro is Warlord's Challenge, not too much of a surprise. Ancestral Blessing Rhaegar. Crushing Jaws Orphea, and we actually see Wrath of Anguirus from the Imperius. We do now have the side of, well, we did have the side of Infernal Affairs aggressing into it. Odin in its essence is a very good siege tool because it outranges forts and its abilities clear waves and, more importantly, Zerg very effectively. And we do actually see 10s actually come in a bit quicker for ReGen Rebel this time. They're not quite as far behind. Joanna manages to drop the Iron Skin. That's an excellent free-man route by Syl, followed up by a great tie by Postman Pat. However, they're not able to quite find the kills. Sure, there's a lot of low members of Infernal Fears, but nothing quite going down yet. Hexblade's doing his best to get out. Taco chasing them to the end of Earth, and Taco will find the second kill for ReGen Rebel, and now Stro is in an awkward position, and that will be Stro going down next. And actually, Meow Cats came down. She used that leap at some point. Don't know, but hey, we have a good fight, and we have Araka winning a chess match. And now we actually have ReGen Rebel for the first time in the series, like, taking control of things. We can see them invading that camp of Infernal Affairs. And that will be that camp going over to them. Not quite brave enough for a boss play. Why is one of the... I do not know what that's referencing, gonna be honest. I see Dangiris. I don't know what you're referencing. But we do see objectives getting traded out. We do have more on it this time for ReGen Rebel, which is necessary considering how last objective got a lot of damage. But we do see, it's been 100 seconds, and we are having Odin pushing in again. But ReGen is not too far away. They are pushing into it now. We see Stro is the only one. Okay, it's Anguirus, not Anguis. And we see Hexblades is in a lot of danger. They're trying their best to run away. Stro and Hexblades just kind of zoning what they can. Ragu is down. Actually, Meow Cats is down here. We see Riptide pushing Stro into the enemy team. But that will be Ancestral coming out, and it will be Stro holding on just that bit longer. We see Junkrat Mine being used. Stro's just kind of standing proud, just standing in the middle of it. We do see, not quite the right order, Q went then E. Meow Cats does a point blank leap to make sure that they are going to live that bit longer. Stro backing out, and once again we have the side of Infernal Fears taking that kind of point back. Lich Queen looking like she's wanting to help her allied team now. We actually have a nice mirror rotation happening down here. Right, so Lich Queen needs to find the spear and not get hit by that circle. However, that will be the Joanna going down first. Sonya actually chose to clear away first, so that means there won't be any percentage gained. Still in danger. Jabba is just staying on them. But even with a throw... Oh, I did not realize Shade of Mephisto was used because I didn't see everyone standing on the Shade. That's Mephisto. That's still going back to that first point. And unfortunately for them, will go down. And we do see now the opposite happening. Infernal Affairs is aggressing into the side of ReGen Rebel. And they're now able to take ReGen Rebel's camp. Yeah, my cat's only just coming down now. Commandeer Odin used once again, and I don't know how well Imperius clears. Oh no, they did go wholly further, they can do it, so at least they do have that. And we do now have this side of Infernal Affairs with the bigger of the Zergs, and ReGen Rebel has almost a Zerg double the size of the last one, so it may still get a bit of it. I don't know how well Imperius clears two relatively big PvE targets, but we'll see. As we do now have the side of ReGen Rebel doing their best to clear everything out. Ragu jumps in, doesn't quite find anything. Yamacaps uses Spear. Mephisto using Durance of Hate doesn't quite find it. I never actually fully talked about their ults, but we're going to talk about it later. We see Taunt, Throw Taunt Slam coming out. That is a dead Joanna. Trap being eaten, but Purge being used by Ragu. Quickly touching it. Blizzard Shield from Joe. Lifebinder from Alex. Durance of Hate from Mephisto. Leap Sonya, Riptide, Junkrat. Right, that's the heroic talents that I forgot to say. You're welcome. Anyway, that is the Zerg over. Lich Queen did very well actually clearing them. Imperius did better than I thought into clearing those. Not Lich Queen the player is doing better than I expected. Just Imperius the character did better than expected clearing those. We do now have the side of ReGen's scouting boss going. Is anyone there? No? No one? Okay, we're good. As we do have Infernal Affairs rotating from their Siege to their Bruiser, while the side of ReGen Rebel are just doing their Bruiser and just playing relatively safely, as we now do have that kind of they're behind once again, much like last map. But they do have the tools to come back. You can see that they've they've had a few good fights this game, and you can see that even if they only got 1 or 2 kills off both those fights, it very much helped let them get that momentum back in their favor. And we do actually see Odin coming down once again. 16s have been picked up by ReGen, and Stro is going in the backline. Junkrat in all position. We just see Taunt coming out, and that will be not all the damage coming out onto that Orphea, but still enough to use Ancestor on. Oh, Stro doesn't quite find Harrison. That move speed actually keeping them alive a little bit longer. That is actually the Q quest done by... Oh, nice leap by Meow Meow Cats, hitting Ragu and meaning that they're able to get out. And we do see now the push happening once again. Infernal facing a lot of damage. Lich Queen uses Spear, doesn't quite find anything. Wrath and Vingaris use it as an escape, actually. Sure, they didn't hit a hero of it, but that was still a very good use of it, meaning that they are able to get out of dodge pretty immediately. And maybe not immediately, just staying a little bit longer, but getting that little bit further, meaning that none of the heroes of ReGen Rebel were want to get hit by that Sky Slam Dunk. Stro has been found. Guess where ReGen's not going to go now? Into this area. But are we going to get a boss play? I hope. Infernal. If you were cool. Infernal Fierce, if you were cool, you would have done this. Nah, you guys are right. It's a very central boss, and if all members of ReGen are up, that is not quite the area you want to push into, because that is a boss that can very much damage you and can kill you if it wants. So we have objectives of once again up, and Infernal Fierce are taking the lead in it so far. We do, however, see the side of ReGen rotating all together. Taco scouts boss, sees that no one's on it, but we do see in danger the Lich Queen. That's true. I do think ReGen does have a little bit of damage, considering that they have a clip in the opening of a lot of streams. And we do now have the Lich Queen stepping on Stro, and is actually a bit separated from the team. Nice taunt, finding both frontliners. We do see Wrath and Vingaris finding the Sonya. Sonya uses leap. We do see Harrison King relatively low. There's actually Dragon Queen coming out, but however, Jump Saluta is too much on him, as that will be how shots go down first. Taco also in danger, and then Sil is found with a slam and auto attack from the Garrosh, and that will be a quick free-man kill over the side of Infernal Affairs. And we can just, yes, there's boss. We just see Boss Queen coming out. We see that Imperius is taking that top objective, and I actually imagine Boss will be going top with the Zerg wave into this. That's going to be painful, because yeah, this fort is technically got more health left than this, because no gate. And yeah, we can see bosses joining the Zerg. That is going to be a mega push if you're the side of Infernal Fears, and it's going to need to be the defense of a lifetime if you're ReGen. So let's see how we go. We do hear Meow Meow Cats does use that heal at level 7. We're going to just control one of that. Oh, look, there it is. Yep. Battle Rage. And let's see how this goes for the side of ReGen. I personally want to see a good fight here. However, this map is known to be snowbally, and this is a lot of pressure to deal with, as that's already half down. We do see it. Harrison's doing the best. Meow Meow Cats gets to hold on. However, this is now boss, and still 75% of a Zerg pushing in. Orphea getting a lot of hits. Lich Queen actually misses her spear, and actually will go down for it. We see Stro and Jabba Saluta is going to get pretty low as well. However, that's still a lot of Zerg wave and boss on core, and it's not going to be quite... Yeah, I don't think ReGen quite have a clear, as it's, you can see the paradigm shift. Infernal was going to go, let's get this, and that will be the game and the series going over to Infernal chairs. Each Infernal has a chair. No. Match goes over to Infernal Affairs. GG called by both sides, and let's have a look at the game summary screen. As I just kind of put this tick here. Right. In terms of talents, let's see what stands out first, because apparently we're on this screen first and not the other one. We have... I like Wrath of Anguirus. I'm too much of a coward to use it. I just go Angelic Armaments, because I like my push button, I need shield, please help me, Lord. Other than that, Ragu went that full totem build, which dropped off a little bit as of when that kind of level, when that was in general nerfed. But I do still see it pop up pretty frequently in NGS. Full Q. We're getting a strong Q build from Sil. I like it. Otherwise, yeah, nothing really stands out all too much, at least at this screen. And we do have actually the same build from Orpheus thing to mention, and Tychus Grenadier build here. Right, but in terms of damage, this, in terms of actual comps, felt like it, and how the play was going, did feel like at a few times that it could go either way. ReGen felt a bit like the underdogs here, which I know they moved from Div E last season to Div D this season, which probably doesn't help them, because I know they'll be like, oh, this is so much more difficult. But yeah, every time you move up, it's going to get more difficult. But hey, you are at least good enough to at least be in this. I say that, but it doesn't quite make sense. You are at least feeling confident enough to be here and kind of hang with the next kind of group of people that maybe just a little bit different to who you're used to. Which I guess it'd be like going to a new school. Going to a school, you're kind of not used to everything. Everything is just that bit scarier, but you are there, and I'm sure that there will be still shining moments. As we see Alex did a lot because he still did quite a bit, and even Taka was doing his best. We can see that in general, ReGen Rebel was trying their heart out. But at the end of the day, Infernal Affairs did just kind of take it in the end, which unfortunate, but I do think that ReGen may still have a chance to beat a few of those Div D teams. I've picked up a couple of those casts now, and I think that there could be a close series between a few of these teams that's trying to get into those playoffs. However, I talked enough about this while staring at stats. Let's go over to my good old map view screen, and we'll kind of summarize what is happening here, because we can see that it was a 2-0 by Infernal Affairs. It wasn't a reverse sweep today. However, they did still have very good moments. Both teams should kind of hold their heads high with how they did. Like, sure, you may not feel it in the moment, but you're still doing your best, and that really is all that matters, in my honest opinion. But that will be it for me this evening. I am tired and kind of just want to play a few games instead of just talk about them. So to everyone who is watching, I wish you good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, depending you are in the world. And I will see you all in the Nexus. Goodbye for now.